Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. This is episode number 209, and we're going to kick it off right away with David 86 with Excaliburst. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was David 86 with Excaliburst. So the first thing I noticed was that the synth is very heavy. Now, I remember when I first started using synths a long time ago, I kind of got carried away with it. You know, it's like I was just playing around with it. It just sounded cool. I was using different stuff. Like I remember the what was it? Sound fonts. Remember that back in the day? I forgot about those until anyway. So yeah, sound fonts and then other stuff. You had like rack synths and everything. And anyway, but I'm just getting nostalgic there. But nowadays, of course, you got all the stuff with the plugins and whatnot. And you just get carried away playing with something that just sounds really good. So that's the impression I got with this right away. Just like a little too much, like. But I'm just thinking about it mix wise, like so. Because mix wise, it's just not level with the drums. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be all the time. But I'm just thinking, the way I see it, the way I hear it actually is that, it just needs to be more level, with the drums and all that. And that way the synth is not so dominant in the mix, you know what I mean? So, and it's not just about the loudness too. It's just that it's one thing I learned over the years too, is you got to have some breathing room, like whether you're using like your drums or whether it's bass or something. If you have something that's so constant like that all the way through your beat, it's okay. Sometimes, you do need to do that. It just sounds good or whatever. But it's still good to have little, change ups and have not just the change ups, but breathing room. So it could be, your synth lead, you have it the way you have it, but then you have a part where you just kind of like just stop it. You just got like that little breathing room. Because, the way I see it, the way I do it is that I'm thinking about the listener. I want to make sure the listener's ears aren't being overwhelmed all the time. You got to give their ears a break, and all that stuff, so that when they're listening to it, it's just you're not fatiguing their ears and whatnot. So that's what I recommend, just to kind of give it some breakdowns and just like some space in the mix. And then of course, like I said, just level it off with the drums and all that. And that's it. All right, so next up we've got DJ Nwazi, is that how you pronounce it? With Victory Lap. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was DJ Nwazi with Victory Lab. With this one, I do like the beat, and I wasn't crazy at first about the stereo snare clap you got going on and all that stuff, but actually it does sound really good in the mix. It just blends well with everything else, and the kick was fine and all that stuff, so no complaints on the drums. And the horns are good. The thing with the horns is that, like, I'm not a big fan of, synthy horns, like plug-in horns and stuff, but if done right, they have their place right in the mix. Like, they sound really good. So for the ones you have, they do sound really good. The only concern though is that they're just like, it's too repetitive, all the way through. I know towards the end you do take them out, but still, I would just suggest, just scale back the horns just a bit throughout, not so prominent all the way through. And that high pitched, fast, like stuttering synth you have, I don't think you really need that, because when you brought in that guitar, that was a nice addition to bring in the guitar and stuff. But the synth, I don't think you really need that. But the rest sounds good, yeah, and I was surprised that you kept the horns all the way through until the end, where you scaled back on it, you took it out and stuff. And kind of like the previous beat here, it's like, this is one of those beats too, where it's just like, you just need to just kind of chill back on some of the stuff in the mix, where you just, you give the listener a bit of a break, you know what I mean? So maybe that's something you should consider. But other than that, though, it's a good beat. I do like it, and just try those change ups. All right, so next up we've got J Grizz 410 with Action Movie. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was J Grizz 410 with Action Movie. And you're right, this is like an action movie kind of beat. I mean, almost like a horror movie beat in a way, but really, I'm listening to it and I'm just picturing like something from a movie where it's like you got these guys in like this shitty motel, they got all their guns on the bed and they're just loading up that shit, getting ready to go to war type of thing. I don't know, something like that. Because I was thinking like, this would be good to have somebody rap on top, but then I was like, you know what? This would be probably better if it's just like a movie scene, really. I mean, it's one of those beats, really, like, it's just perfect for that, I think, So I think you titled it very well. But it is a good beat. I just wanted to hear more because it was just over a minute long, So it's too bad you didn't send me like 2 minutes of it, because I was hoping for more of a variety in there, a little bit more of a change up, But for what you have, though, I do like it. It does sound good. Borderline evil, so that's really good. But like I said, yeah, I would shop this around for like a movie or something, Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that, but still, it'd be interesting to hear that with somebody rapping on top of it, see how that would sound. But still, what you have, I like it. It's good action movie. All right, so next up we've got On and Calf with the Interlude Part 3. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was On the Calf with the Interlude Part 3. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was how loud the mix was, how clean it was. You got to tell us your secret, man, because I think there's plenty of guys in IllMuzik that could definitely, use some tips when it comes to mixing. I mean, there's plenty of guys that mix really well on IllMuzik. It's just that, sometimes it's hard to get that really loud, clean mix. So let us know, because even for myself, I mean, sometimes I'm mixing stuff and I'm like, I thought I did everything right, and it's like, why does it still kind of sound muffled or whatever? So I don't know. Could be that you're just like recording really hot into your DAW or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You got to tell us. You got to tell us what's going on. So yeah, anyway, really nice beat, very bouncy, good head nodder and all that. The drums really bang hard and all that. The piano is very good. I like it, and I wasn't sure where you're going to go with it, because since the piano is so loud, along with with the rest of the mix, I was surprised when you just dropped it out. I was like, okay, perfect, because that's what I was expecting. So it was good that you did that. And I know you brought in a couple little sounds here and there, and the little like twiddle piano later on and stuff. Very, very good. But actually, I think your beat though is a perfect candidate for having like some vocal snippets in that space. When you have it empty like that, maybe if you can scratch some stuff in, if you do scratching, I don't know, but otherwise, just some vocal snippets, man, just a couple here and there and stuff. That'd make a big difference, But still, what you have here, really nice. I like it. Well done, and you gotta let us know about the mixing, man. I think we could all use some help on that. All right, so next up we've got the last beat. It's V-Train 56 with Somewhere. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was V-Train 56 was Somewhere. And, this beat, I really like the keyboard pattern you have there, the Rhodes or whatever you got. It's really nice. I like what you did there. It's just that once the drums came in, it really did sound like it was just like an intro part that you were building up to, right? I was just waiting for like the louder drums to come in and a bass line and whatnot and stuff. And now I was just picturing like, okay, here comes the bass, then the drums and some horns delaying in and out and stuff. But I mean, that's me, right? I mean, that's what I would do with it. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to do something like that. But still, I was just expecting, some more to drop in and all that stuff. So, like there was no bass line and whatnot, but still the drums sounded nice and tight and they went well with those keys. I was just expecting like more of a complete beat or whatever, like I said, with the bass and maybe some horns or whatever, So, but still, it's good when you find that good pattern when you come up with like some nice chords and stuff. So what you have, it's nice. I like it. It's just that I just wanted like some more to come in. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's still, I like it, and very tight drums, but I just expect them to be louder and have some bass too and all that stuff. So, But it's a good beat. All right, so that's it from me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat is, the winner is, drum roll please. On a Calf with the Interlude Part 3. Let's check it out.